Let me hear from his friend briefly. All right, sir, tell me your name. Okay, so how do you know this man?
We're family friends. Our parents know each other from Brazil. We've known each other for a few years. We lost touch. Got back into touch back in September last year in Orlando when I was relocated from New York for work into the Orlando area.
And so what do you do for work?
I'm an aspiring politician and I work for Goldman Sachs.
You work for Goldman Sachs in New York?
Yep.
Okay. And so you've rented a room or something for him?
I'm just pending your decision here so I can finalize a long extended stay apart through Airbnb or whatever website it is. Right now I'm in the hotel room by the Space Center.
And you're going to do this for him if he's released?
Well, his family is the one actually sending the money over to make sure we take care of everything that he needs and to comply for everything here as far as
And where's his family?
his family's in Brazil.
In Brazil. What part of Brazil?
They're in Espírito Santo.
Okay. Is that where your family is?
Oh, no, my family's from Rio.
And there was a moment that got a lot of attention today when one woman tried to ask Pete a simple question.
Mayor Pete, why did it take you an entire 2.5 weeks to actually get here to respond to East Palestine? Will you apologize to the residents of this city? Can we ask why it took him almost 3 weeks to get here?
I'm sorry, I don't want to do this on camera.
If you're the press secretary of the Department of Transportation, don't you think you should be able to ask questions from the American public that you serve?
Absolutely, I would like to do it without the camera on.
Can I ask why?
I think that is a little bit aggressive.
I'd like to hear it without the camera on. Joining me now is that aggressive reporter you just saw, Savannah Hernandez, TPUSA frontline reporter. Savannah, good on you. Now, that was Pete's press secretary. Now, she's fine when Pete is on a bike in a bike lane telling us about transportation equity and all those sorts of things, electric buses. Did she ever actually answer any of your questions?
Absolutely not. And again, Pete Buttigieg running away from me and the press secretary refusing to take any questions is the perfect example of what this entire administration thinks about the American people. They run away, they try to hide when we ask for accountability, when we ask for them to take responsibility and apologize for the slow governmental response. The people here are some of the most kind and loving, and it's an absolute disgrace that the federal government has abandoned and ignored them. Now, again, Laura, I was also here yesterday, and the energy on the ground was incredible because the people just wanted a leader that would see them, that would care about them, that would tell them that they were not forgotten as American citizens. Today, the only people that were on the ground were the approved press. But guess what? I'm not approved press and I never will be because I refuse to ask pre-written questions and pre-approved questions to the leaders we need to be holding accountable. And again, they have completely ignored these people. So shame on Pete Buttigieg and shame on his press secretary for not being able to answer questions on camera. She should probably read her job description.
Well, I understand they had some security to shoo you away from him, correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The security tried to tell me that I couldn't film in a public area. And then for the first time in my life in the United States, I actually had local police stand up for my right to film in public. And they told her she could walk away. And, you know, she ended up doing so. She actually spoke to another reporter. And guess what? When those cameras turned off, she still answered no questions.
I mean, for Paternity Pete to follow Donald Trump in East Palestine, I mean, I almost feel sorry for him, but then I don't. Savannah, great job being there today. We really enjoyed it. Thanks so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Wild winter weather slamming the West Coast this morning with heavy snow and flooding rains. Burbank setting a rainfall record with more than 4.5 inches of rain yesterday. We're tracking the storm and where it's headed next. ABC's Zareen Shah's in Sherman Oaks. Zareen, good morning.
Good morning, Eva. You know, when Los Angeles is being hit harder than where you guys are right now, there is really something off. This area has been pummeled by rain the last few days. You can see the LA River right behind me. Those water levels much, much higher than they usually are, and there is no end in sight.
This morning, more than 30 million Americans are bracing for floods and blizzard conditions as treacherous weather batters parts of the country. In California, thunderstorms leading to a ground stop at LAX overnight. Departures bound for parts of California, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona delayed. Some arrivals diverted to Ontario, California.
And nearly 120,000 power outages across the state as heavy snowfall hit the ground.
Legit snow, like no joke. Not just a little dusting, but legit snow here in the East Bay Hills. Snow on the invasive eucalyptus trees.
From Big Bear to Lake Arrowhead, blizzard conditions making it nearly impossible to see. Ice, snow, and wind bringing down power lines, closing highways. Drivers left stranded in the dangerous conditions. Record rainfall in North Hollywood trapped at least 5 cars in water, and powerful winds knocked down trees, one coming down on this home.
I haven't lived here that long, and we have a small baby, and I'm just glad no one's hurt.
Others crushed cars beneath them. The storm brought down power lines and left homes and businesses in the dark. Big rigs on icy roads flew off embankments. Further north in Portland, Oregon, the state seeing more snow overnight. A state highway worker injured after stopping to help a motorist. Policing the driver of the van hit ice, crashing into the DOT truck. And in Michigan, nearly 500,000 customers still without power this morning after an ice storm blanketed parts of the state Wednesday with up to 3/4 of an inch of ice.
And this weather has also had a big impact on power outages. Over in Michigan, there's nearly 470,000 customers without power. That's the most out of any state. Here in California, nearly 120,000 customers without power. Eva?
That is crazy. Zareen Shaw, be careful out there.
Tensions are rising in one of the most hotly contested regions on the planet, the South China Sea. From militarized artificial islands to fighter jets and warplanes, China's heavy presence in the disputed region is putting the U.S. and its allies on notice. CNN got rare access aboard a U.S. Navy surveillance flight and saw firsthand some tense moments with China's military. Here's CNN's Ivan Watson.
This is a close encounter with a Chinese warplane, filmed just off the wing of a U.S. Navy reconnaissance plane flying over the South China Sea.
We're getting a close-up look at a Chinese fighter jet. The aircrew here identifies it as a J-11, a two-seater that they say is armed with air-to-air missiles. And it's been shadowing this U.S. Navy plane now for about 15 minutes. It is pretty remarkable to see this Chinese warplane operating at such close proximity, just several hundred feet away from our aircraft.
The Chinese fighter escort, part of a regular routine.
I'd say it's another Friday afternoon in South China Sea.
The U.S. Navy invited CNN to fly on a P-8 reconnaissance plane, taking off from a U.S. airbase on the Japanese island of Okinawa.
Level 300, Delta Hotel 776.
Along the way, picking up fuel from a flying gas station.
We're refueling in midair right now, flying just about 40 feet away from a KC-135 tanker plane.
The plane is headed past the self-governing island of Taiwan, which China claims as its own, to the South China Sea, which China also claims almost all for itself, ignoring competing claims from countries like Vietnam and the Philippines. Some 30 miles from the Chinese-occupied Paracel Islands, a Chinese voice crackles over the radio.
American aircraft, this is the PLA Air Force. You are approaching Chinese airspace. Keep a safe distance or you'll be intercepted.
That's when the Chinese People's Liberation Army fighter jet appears, flying so close you can see the pilots in their cockpit.
PLA fighter aircraft, this is U.S. Navy P-8 on VHF 121.5. I hold you off my left wing and I intend to continue to proceed to the west.
The Chinese pilot never responds, but eventually leaves when the U.S. plane turns south.
It's like oil spots as they build on one reef and then build on another.
Commodore Will Torreson shows the network of man-made islands China built on what had been coral reefs claimed by other countries.
Our number one focus here is to ensure that we have continued access alongside all of our allies and partners to international airspace and international waters.
The U.S. presence here aimed at preventing further encroachment by China.
X-ray Charlie copies, no worries.
We're flying at a low altitude, 1,000 feet, a little more than 300 meters above sea level, east of Taiwan, looking for a Chinese warship currently believed to be operating in these stormy waters. The plane spots a Chinese guided missile destroyer.
U.S. aircraft, civilian Chinese Navy warship. You are approaching me. Keep safe distance away from me. Over.
I'm a United States military aircraft and I will remain a safe distance from your unit.
A cat-and-mouse game between two rival militaries in one of the most hotly contested regions in the world. Ivan Watson, CNN, over the South China Sea.
It's the middle of the goddamn night. We're finding bombs in public transit places. We have a rush hour coming Tuesday morning, and we have literally a mad bomber on the loose. New York is on security lockdown. Now we have another bomb with a different explosive mix. The United Nations world leaders are in like 10 square blocks.
This is truly a manhunt.
Take your hand away from me right now!
In Alabama, the man took a 6-year-old boy to an underground bunker.
As FBI agents, we're expected to find the truth. It's like a 10,000-piece puzzle, but you don't have the pieces.
Everybody's just hyper-focused on making sure that they do the job.
Murder, drugs, organized crime. James Whitey Bulger, one of the most infamous mobsters.
I tell you, this case had everything.
The serial sniper has struck again.
The whole region was just gripped by fear.
A man has been killed!
Everyone is frightened.
And it was up to us to stop it.
In Waco, Texas, 4 law enforcement agents are dead.
It gets more and more dangerous every day.
The killer is on the loose.
But then he says, and there's more. I cut her head off.
It becomes personal. You think about your family.
Your children are not safe anywhere at any time.
I still get emotional, Doc.
The investigator was just in tears.
But in the end, you're like, I've trained and I can do this. It all falls back to the training.
We had to catch this guy to show the public that we get it done no matter what. My blood just going cold.
Time was ticking.
There was nothing we wouldn't have done.
You just put your head down and go.
Somebody had worked hard to make this deadly.
Massive manhunt right now is underway.
Now he knows that we know.
We need to find this guy.
No.